Hello and welcome to Unschooled New Year episode. Hey Lex, how's it going?
Good, Mandy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little like happy and high from the holidays. It's been a really
Ooh.
interesting holiday season. It's been a lot of ups and downs. Christmas was canceled for mad people because the COVID tests and whatnot and all the things. But overall, even like I know several people who ended up having to be quarantined, I've been seeing the Christmas spirit work its magic and everybody doing the best to make their best of it. And that's been like really exciting to me. So I'm like on a little bit of like a high from that. I feel the same way. I'm on the road right now traveling. And it's just it's interesting and I'm excited and I'm happy and I feel really good overall. And I'm excited about our little episode today. How are you doing?
Oh, me too. The holidays, I have to say, these were the first unschooled holidays for me. Like I've been baby stepping to an unschooled holiday, one where I just allow myself to make sure I am taken care of and that I'm enjoying the holiday too. Having four kids, it's chaotic, it's stressful, but it was the first time like we didn't worry about gifts, we didn't worry about certain things, we just worried about getting together and being present. And the kids, we I think I can speak for everybody for our holiday. It was a magical holiday. So I am on a high too. And I'm so excited for today's topic because I feel like as we quickly approach New Year's, this is the time where you start seeing everywhere resolution time. And I want to pump the brakes on that for a minute. I
Yeah,
want to pump the
there's
brakes.
so many things like that I have to say about this too, because I'm in the change business. I love any opportunity to create new change and foster growth. I think the whole New Year thing has its pluses and its minuses because I'm very much a witch and I go by like the seasons. And this is the beginning of winter where all the shit within us that's no longer serving us is dying off. And we need to start to figure out what kind of nutrients we want to give our seeds to start growing in the spring. So like I like things dying off. And then I like what I like for new energy or new habits are things like going to bed earlier because I want to go to bed with the sun because it's the dark time right now. We're meant to rest a little more. I like getting a little more clear, like actually on the things I'm eating and consuming, but not from a place of not feeling good enough or I have to make these changes to be a better version of myself. It's more from a place of wanting because I'm tuning in with that deep seed and asking it what nourishment it needs. And it might be like I want to work on writing my book for a while. So I need to make sure I give my book baby a lot of time or whatever it is. But, it's about honoring your body and what it's telling you and letting it be more of a subtle guidance as opposed to a place coming from a place of kind of shame or guilt or not feeling good enough, which is what I worry about sometimes. And the like pressure to push yourself. Like we are supposed to be operating from pleasure and not pressure. And a lot of times with the new year, new you, sometimes like, all right, get up, stick to this program, do your thing. It's like that is great and wonderful, but make sure you're doing it within your body's like guidelines, what it's
Yeah.
telling you can handle, and don't push outside of that and that natural intuition and what it's rocking and telling you to do.
Oh, that just
My thoughts.
resonates so deeply. Well, okay, so you talked about like, you want to take care of your body, you want to give it these things. I feel like this is the time of year where we see people get sick. We all get run down. And I really want to say it's not because of the germs. Yes, there's germs out there, but it's because we don't listen to our body and we don't have that type of relationship with our body. Like we really listen to our body? There's so many times where I don't listen to my body, where I'm tired and I'm like, just push it. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I end up getting sick. Right. And it's like learning to listen to our body and realize that this is the time that we're supposed to be resting. This is the time we're supposed to be going inward like the sun, right? And when you do that, I feel like it helps health wise. I feel like I have, knock on wood, since listening to my body, catching things. Like I'm like, oh, I start to feel run down. Like, what do I need? Okay, I need to rest. I need to read a good book and have some tea and just take some, or I need to sleep in. I slept in guilt free because I listened to my body. My body was like, no, I'm not ready to get up. And I was like, okay, I trust that you need it. I got up feeling so much better, feeling so revived. I was like, I needed that good slumber after the holiday excitement and, the whirlwind of the holidays. And so when we set a resolution, I feel like it's again, like trying to go after something and saying like, we're not going to be happy until we get to that resolution, instead of being like, I'm in the process or this journey of, celebrating each day. And last year was the first year that I said, I'm not making any resolutions. I'm not making any resolutions this year. And it was weird. And this year I'm going into it with, this is my year. This is my year that I'm going to continue to grow and align and connect with my higher self. And instead of being like, this is the year that I have to do this, get organized, I have to make sure, it's setting up those expectations that already make us feel like we want to crawl into a hole, right? Already adding weight and being conscious of, even when I say something.
I love that visual. Sorry to interrupt. That spoke to me, because you're right. Because what it is, it's putting on more burden to yourself when we're trying to clear off the dead ends. Yes. I like that.
You want to know something? And as somebody who does like energy work and body work and works with the lymph system, that's a huge part of our health. And we don't realize that the simple weight that we put on our back and on our shoulders of stress actually stops our system, our lymph system, our energy system. It affects our chakras, it affects everything. Our what do you call it? The circulatory system, all of that. And it's, again, it sounds so silly, but energy stops it. Okay. Like the lymph system really is aligned with your energy. A lot of people's lymph systems are blocked and are not, flowing smoothly, and neither are your chakras. And it's usually because like I can feel sometimes my lymph system, because I'm so in tune with, the light pulsating, that, oh my God, I get angry and it like totally gets blocked. It stops. I see that though in my clients that I'm working with. When I'm working on their bodies, I can feel where they're inflamed, and it's all where they're carrying the weight and everything. So their inflammation is on their backs, on their shoulders, they're hunched up, they're under stress. And as I work it out, I can literally feel that energy and those emotions kind of beginning to be released and let go. And I feel like when we realize that the stores in our body like that, and that's how these things have effect, it helps us like break it apart, right? Break it down, understand it, and then not be victim to it anymore.
Boom. I love that. And it's like, that's where kind of our unschooling and our reprogramming and all of that comes in. It's like, we have to remember to practice this pause, to pause with winter, and to allow ourselves to reprogram and to unwind and to decide.
The pause.
Exactly. The pause changes everything. The pause is the opportunity to shift the consciousness, to jump in between dimensions, to timeline hop. The pause is something that like we really are. Like the word matrix means womb, and like it's a great cosmic womb. And every time, and if you think about it, like MAT is like, patriarchal, and then tricks or Ricks, I think, is like, creativity. I can't remember, but I'll look it up. We'll put it in the comments. But just so crazy, because there's all these amazing opportunities and all these amazing signs that are constantly reminding us to weave the web back within ourselves and to figure out what that looks like. And if you think about it, like think of, the spider is very, very connected to the divine mother, and the divine mothering energy and the reparenting energy is what we need to work with in order to reprogram. And then the masculine energy is the discipline that comes in to stick to that. It's like the divine mothering energy comes in to help you figure out, okay, here's the wound, here's what we need to do to fix it, or here's the new pattern or program we want to create. And our masculine is our drive, our gumption that comes in and says, okay, well, we're going to actually get up at 6 a.m. and walk with the sunrise, if that's our goal or whatever it is. And that it takes, as we're talking about the new year here, it takes, at least 14 to 21 days, I believe, in order to form a new habit. So leave an old one and to form a new one. And these are things that we need to like keep up with. And so just because we got really good at it 1 month doesn't mean we like forget about it. This is a great time to reread some of your favorite books. Like I like to read the Four Agreements and the Celestine Prophecy, and Louise Hay.
I was just recommended The Untethered Soul. So that's one that I got, and I'm reading like a few pages.
Wonderful thing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's really good for people with high anxiety. And I haven't read it yet, but I've heard great things about it. So we can definitely recommend that one too, The Untethered Soul. But this is a time to like go back to the things that you learned that worked for you before and reprogram it, up it. Like if you want to stay strong, you go to the gym and you keep working out your muscles. You don't work out for 1 month and then, not do it again. And so It's just so important, you know, and I know I was talking about the spider and how important it is. Think about it. Like the spider builds a beautiful web each day to catch what she needs that day, catch her food, to catch her nutrients, to do what she needs to do. A storm comes, wind comes, things happen, it moves away. The next day she weaves an even, you know, more beautiful one. And every single day it's an opportunity to weave your life. And like that is the energy we're working with so much right now.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And it's so funny because I feel like when we set resolutions, we limit ourselves to being like, that's it. When we don't, we need to just let ourselves be, right? Be free and be present. So I recommend that this year, ditch resolution setting, ditch it. And instead just start practicing what you need to feel in alignment with yourself. And not to be hard on yourself. With resolutions, you're hard on ourselves. Like, oh, we fell off the wagon this way. Well, guess what? We don't need to have that. Some days we need different. Some days we need a different routine. Some days our soul needs rest. Some days our soul needs more of something. And that instead of penalizing ourselves or you know what I mean? That's how I'd be. I'd be like, oh, I fell off the wagon. Today, I didn't have my celery juice. I had a cup of coffee. No, it's okay. I'm not going to, it's fine. That's taken me years to learn. To not beat myself up over, little things.
And every single, like, yeah, we've got the new year here, technically, with our Gregorian New Year calendar, but like every single moment is an opportunity to be a new version of you. Every single moment is an opportunity to choose a different response to how you reacted to something previously. Every single moment is an opportunity to recreate. Our cells literally we rebuild our bodies completely every 7 years at a cellular level. And like a lot of the times the reason, and we're going to keep breaking ground on this as we grow as humans and just rediscover it, but like a lot of us growing old has to do with our thoughts and the thoughts that we're thinking and the nourishment or malnourishment we're giving ourselves. And
the conditioning.
To go into it and conditioning. Believe it. Oh, I'm 40 now, so I'm getting old. Like, are you? Because I know
these are all things that were programmed in our brain.
Exactly.
Like not to interrupt, but like if we think about it, our brain was originally programmed between the ages of 0 and 8. That's when our brain was in a regular theta state, which is a programming state. So when you do your shadow work, a lot of the times you go back to what happened around you during these years. Like I just went back for money blocks to like what happened as a child. What were my first interactions with money? What were my first experiences, good, bad, ugly, happy, sad, doing that work? Because those are the years that we don't realize the programming that's happening in our brains or within ourselves. And just like a computer, just like a car, we deserve maintenance. We deserve the update. We deserve the upkeep. Part of that, I think, is the reprogramming, right?
That's one of my favorite medicines. And even just if you have anxiety, if you're overwhelmed, being able to stay present in the moment, if you're pissed off, if you're resentful, if you're feeling overwhelm or grief's a hard one. And I send a lot of love to that because that is something we just have to go through as humans. It's an initiation. It's all of the love you wish you could give that you can't at that time, that you have bottled up. And really that's what it is. Grief is some serious stored up love. And so, it's important to let it move and to honor it. And all of those other emotions, energy and emotions are basically energy in motion, and that is caused by our commander, our mind, and it's caused by a thought, and thoughts cause a feeling, and a thought can be changed. So at any point, if we're overwhelmed, and sometimes we don't even need to know what's causing our anxiety and our overwhelm, if we just take a few breaths and say some simple affirmations like, I am peace, I am peace, I am peace. I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough. I love and accept myself. And what happens is as you start to truly believe it, because you don't believe it at first, and I'm kind of a fan in the affirmation world of fake it till you make it, because like what were your worst affirmations? I used to tell myself, oh, you're a fat ugly bitch, like all day every day. Like we talk mad shit to ourselves. Yeah. So like I'm not afraid of faking an affirmation till you make it.
No, you know what? Affirmations, I feel like, because I always love how Dr. Dispenza always says that you need to bring in that feeling that you want to get to, right? Yeah. Instead of seeing it as out there, that you need to reach to it and it's so far away, you need to bring it in, and that's how you call it in. And so feeling as if you already have And if you've already mastered that, what you want to master, you already have that peace, love, and happiness. Feel it, feel what it is. And that was a big challenge for me because for so many years of not having it and only negative, I was like, there's no way I can do it. This isn't true. I had to, that negativity was following me through that process. So
it takes practice and time. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to show up for yourself repeatedly and you have to feel it and envision it. That's another one. We love Dr. Joe Dispenza all your shit. He literally teaches you how to rebuild your body and how to become supernatural is one of his more recent books. I don't know if that's his latest, but more recent. And it's just there. If you want to do this, the sources are out there. And like, start small for the new year. Just take one thing. My most transformative year that I still fall back on was for a whole year, starting on the new year. My affirmation was, I am peace. And I said, I am peace, I am peace, I am peace over and over again. And everything in my life changed. And just that, adding in celery juice, I said celery juice thing, and that really worked for me. So like, just start.
That's our next
something that nurtures you.
That's our next Unschooled.
That's our next Unschooled nourishment.
That's the next one. I'm setting that now because I can't wait to talk about that because I'm telling you, this was my year that I listened to Mandee and I practiced. I tried that I am peace. I tried the celery juice. I tried certain things that she suggested that have worked for her. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about it because it's amazing that, it's absolutely amazing what you can do in your life and what you can create and the changes that you can make and call in for yourself and how you can actually feel. To know that you can actually feel at peace and good in your body. I was an enemy in my body. I was a victim to my body. Right?
Oh,
my body was my enemy.
Zone.
Yeah. And now it's to my mind too, with the anxiety and the depression and to realize how our food affects our mind. There's a whole unraveling there, a whole rabbit hole. We're going to dive down another day.
We sure are. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining Lexi and I on Unschooled. Give us a like, a share, a follow. We are on Instagram, here on YouTube, we're on Facebook. If you're interested in working with Lexi and I, you can check out SeaGoddessHealingArts.com. Lexi has a page being built, Mermaids in the Mountains, coming soon. And she offers all kinds of beautiful energetic work, lymphatic massage. She can do energy clearings, and she's a sweet baby medium who's really coming into her power. So a lot of that is really coming through for Lexi right now too. And if you're interested in working with me, I'm an intuitive ascension guide. So that's basically a life coach with a twist. We kind of call in your angel team each session and take a look at what's going on now and why, and how we can release some of the overwhelm and some of the rougher stuff and bring in, hope and peace and purpose and all kinds of things. So we just thank you for tuning in with us. We're wishing you a beautiful new season, a new year, a new version of whatever it is you want to call in. And thank you, Lexi. You got any closing words?
Oh, thank you so much. No, just be kind to yourself. Celebrate yourself. I really I feel like this is a time we all need to just celebrate ourselves. Whatever, if it means curling up with a book, or if it means going on a run, or going out to dinner, or throwing a party, celebrate you and all you've done because you're amazing. You guys are amazing. We're all just amazing beings doing our best. And we do need to stop and take a moment to realize that it's not all bad and that 2022 is going to be the best year yet for all of us. I know it. It's going to be amazing.
It is. We're coming back out of the cave, if we will. Sending love and light to all. Oh, and say goodbye to baby Lucy, our new dog.
Bye.